actually fizzing. That is interesting. Hi everybody. It's been a little while since I checked in on this channel, so I wanted to stop by and say hi. And thanks for joining me. I was thinking about starting a new series called Dopamine Desk Days because I frequently have those types of days where I just need to play around with my inks and pens and stuff like that to relax and get some dopamine flowing. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but it makes me feel better. So anyway, I'm gonna try it out. And starting off today, we have some fun stuff. So I got all of these Sailor Yurameku inks. I'm only missing one other color that I ordered, which is Yoi, and it's coming from Gold Spot, and hopefully will be here in the next few days, but I didn't want to wait. So I have those. It's because I got a sample of Itezora, and it was just so beautiful, and every time I use it, the shading blows me away. Here it is. I have it in my Kyokkou Iridescent Pearl Sport, and yeah, it's just so beautiful and so complex. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Yep. So anyway, I also got Seki from the same person. This one. And I love that too. So I thought we could try it on some different papers. I have some loose leaf Tomoe River paper, the Tomoegawa in white. I have cream, I have Clairefontaine, and this is also Tomoegawa, and I have Midori. So yeah, we can see what it looks like on different papers. I've seen a few videos and it does look like it changes quite substantially depending on the paper that you use in terms of what the base color looks like. So I have those inks, and then I also got these parallel pens that I've been seeing more and more of. I really enjoyed dip pens and stub nibs, and I've never really tried my hand at calligraphy, but I thought I would check it out. And then I guess to that end, I got a couple of these Moonman. What are these? These are the, I think these are the no, these are the, I'll put it up. I think these are the Wancai ones. But anyway, they're supposed to fit a parallel nib for the most part. So I thought, well, let's just try it. Why not? They're really mini, and it comes with an eyedropper. So I got a transparent one, and then I got this iridescent purple. I thought that I could make a Frankenpen out of it. And the nice thing about these is that they're clear enough that you can see what nib you have. So I've got those. And then this is a Jinhao 9019, and this I heard also fits the nib of the Pilot Parallel. So again, I got it in a transparent color. It's surprising to me that these could fit the same nib unit. But yeah, I guess we'll see. These were recommended by, oh my gosh, what is her name? She's German and she lives in California, Seemownay. So I got those because of her recommendation. And then last but not least, I picked up a calligraphy notebook. And I'm not even sure if I'll use this, but I thought that it would be good to have. One other thing that I am waiting on from Gold Spot is a Dominant Industry ink archiving coloring book, their new edition. And it looks like so much fun. And I have so much ink, and I would love to start painting with it. So I think that's gonna be a great foray into painting with my ink. I already love swatching my ink, so it's the next chapter. Okay, well, let's jump into it and play with some inks. I don't know if I should swatch these first maybe, and then try a parallel pen. I think that's what I'll do. This might turn into a semi-long video. We'll see. Maybe I should have separated these, but it is what it is. I'll just take you along on whatever journey this is going to be. Okay, so I put these in alphabetical order. The first one we have is Amamoyoi. I wish I tried to learn where the emphasis goes when speaking Japanese, but I cannot. I just have a hard time remembering. So if anyone has a trick to remember, please let me know. All right, so we've got this one, and it looks like it might be kind of a green. I'm gonna turn on one other overhead light. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I thought that I would have enough light because it's pretty sunny out today, but maybe not. All right, I've got my Hakoro dip pen here. I have this little Swizzler, glass Swizzler stick from Amazon, and my other Hakoro dip pen with a Fude nib. And I also like to use a Speedball nib. This is the B2 size. It has kind of a flat ball on the end. So these are my favorite swatching things. Also, I typically use a simple paintbrush. Can't forget paper towels. Okay. It's already so pretty and amazing. I specifically thought that these Sailor Yurameku inks would be, sorry, that was my Toyo toolbox. I thought that these inks would be really nice in the parallel pens with the gigantic nibs because of all of the crazy shading and stuff like that. All right, let's get our Fude nib, and this is Sailor Yurameku Amamoyoi. I used to think that Sailor inks were really dry. I think because that's what I had heard. And then one of the first Sailor inks that I received was kind of a lighter shade of pink. And now I know that dusty pink inks are kind of notoriously dry. But over time, I've really fallen in love with Sailor inks and Kobe inks, which from my understanding are made by, I guess Kobe inks are made by Sailor, and they work really well for me. I don't have any problems with them, and I don't find the flow to be an issue. All right, so that's our first one. We'll let it dry a little bit, and we'll get right into the next one. I am going to grab some water to rinse these out. I'll be right back. I have returned with water, and I also have my ink miser because I'm going to add some Birmingham Pen Company monotonic to it. It's a null colorant pen fluid, and so on the website they say that you can use it to clean your pens in between inking, or if you're working on them, like grinding a nib, and it doesn't leave water in the nib, so it doesn't affect the next color that you try out, because sometimes, you know, that can be like diluted. So I have used that a lot, actually. Really enjoy it. I think it works great. I just give my pens a quick dip in the fluid and then they're ready to go. The Yurameku ink doesn't seem to be particularly pigmented, so it's not, doesn't take too much cleaning. And we can see here that this color has started to dry down and it's beautiful. I just can't get over that shading. From what I've read, the word Yurameku means shimmering and or glimmering or glittering. It's one of those, and it's because of the color shift that the inks have. I love the shading ink. I'm really, really into them right now. They're so cool. All right, so this one is called Byakuya. Looks like it might be a purplish pink. We will find out. Still, it kind of has that gray green tone to it. Here's our speedball. And we're gonna go right in. Actually, when I'm looking at the first color, it does look like there's some, I wouldn't say shimmer, but there's something. I wonder what that is. And here's our Sailor Hakoro dip pen with the Fude nib. B Y A K U Y A. Get our paintbrush. Oh, wow. This is amazing. See, I really wanted to swatch these last night, but it was dark, and because I had a baseball game to go to, and I just knew that I wanted to do these on the channel and potentially get a first impression, and I'm so glad that I did. These are crazy. This one is turning, it turned from a green to like a teal and a pink. It's absolutely incredible. And like I mentioned, I will swatch these on a different paper just to see how they're different. But yeah, that's incredible. And I don't know, I'll try to show this, but I don't know if you can see on the top color. You probably can't. It really is shimmering in a way. How is that possible? It's interesting. Whoops, I forgot to do my little dots. I'm gonna try to keep this consistent here. Ah, that's not gonna go well. Okay. On to the next one. Okay, next one. This is the Itezora. This is the one that prompted me to buy all of these colors. And I think I pretty much got most of them. And this is a really pretty kind of gray with purple green undertones, I think, but we'll see. Like I mentioned, that was from an ink sample that I got from a Reddit pen swap. So it's going down very blue. I didn't leave any room for my dots. I think half the fun is just watching it change color as it dries. All right, next up we have Kangyou. This is a deeper color than we've had before. Already immediately lightening up, which is fun. That's really pretty. That's a beautiful purple to pink to blue shifting. I love it. Kitsune Biyori. I was watching Yoseka's video about these inks, and Daisy said that it was either this one or this one. Or maybe it's the Kyokkou were her favorites. All right, rinse these guys. So fun seeing the colors on the paper towel too. I love when chroma shaders do that. It's almost like a little work of art afterwards. I've been known to take photos of my used cleaning paper towels. Okay, so here we have the Kitsune Biyori. Move this up a little bit. I also love the way that Sailor inks and Kobe inks smell. They are so distinct for me. I try to keep track of all of my inked pens in my ink log, but sometimes if I don't have it near me and I'm curious, I'll just smell the ink. And that usually tells me. And our dots. So that one looks like it's drying into a pale kind of brown. Oh, I forgot to do my paintbrush. Oh, I forgot to do it with the Kangyou too. Darn it. I was trying to see if there's anywhere to fit that. Okay, I forgot to do it with all of those. These, okay, never mind. Oh, that's why I need to be doing this right now. It's been the longest week. It's only Wednesday, and it's so hot here. Oh, I'm in the Midwest in the United States. Oh no. I'm in the Midwest in the United States, and well, you might be asking, well, why, if you're hot, why are you wearing a sweatshirt? And that would be a fair question. It's because I have the air conditioning on and I like to be cozy, but cozy time is over and we are hurtling into the throes of summer. Yesterday, I think it got up to 93. And like I mentioned earlier, I was at a kids baseball game and there was no shade. It was a little bit painful, if I'm being honest. Okay, Kyokkou. I'm actually going to take off my sweatshirt. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Yeah, so I've been surviving on basically Coke, like Coca-Cola, and that's not good. It's just, I don't know, the effervescence of it and the sugar just keep me going, but it's really, really not good for me. So I need to try to cut back on that a little bit. So we've got 2 more after this one. And it's all bubbly because I dropped it. It's actually fizzing. That is interesting. That's why I've been trying to keep my hand off the page. I always have hand lotion on because I cannot stand to have dry hands, and then by the time I get to the bottom of a page, the ink does not want to stick to the paper. Dots. And we will do a couple of lines. Oh, pretty. Wow. I just can't get over these. Okay, and I forgot to cap this Kitsune Biyori. So we've got 2 more left to go. We've got these, wait, I'm sorry, 1 more. This was just an empty box. 1 more, Seki. If I knew that, I would have tried to fit it on the page. I was going to write a title up here, but I guess I'll use this spot and we'll just go out of alphabetical order. This is Seki. So I did receive a sample of this from the Reddit pen swap, but my swap partner didn't have much of it left, so yeah, I swatched it, but I haven't used it because I was trying to save it. So This will be fun now that I have a whole bottle. I do like it. I know that. It's perfectly my color, you know, kind of like that pink leaning. All right, so we will go up here. So it's going down grayish, like a muddy kind of gray. I think the magic is going to be with the dry down. Sailor Hokoro dip pen. I don't know how to do this without touching the paper. Oh no. And I can tell already that this one is definitely more dry than the others. And again, I think it's because it's that light pink base. So pretty, but can be kind of finicky. Do we have room for the paintbrush? Kind of. And then do we have room for a few dots at the top? We should. Maybe not. I'll just put them around. Okay. Okay, so those are my Sailor Yurameku inks, -1. And they're just as incredible as I hoped they would be. The shading is off the charts and the color shifting. So they definitely have kind of a similar vibe to them. Very muted. I like them a lot. These are gonna be really pretty in the Pilot Parallels. But speaking of Pilot Parallels, let's try one. I was thinking that maybe I should try one of the finer nibs. I feel like that would be easier to work with for a beginner. It would be the 1.5, I guess. Of course, I love the pink one, which is the 3. Well, but I've done a 1.1 stub. Maybe I should just go for the 3. I'm gonna go for the 3. Okay, so instructions. So you can do it 2 ways. You can hold it on the side and do a thin line. You can hold it so that the nib is horizontal to the paper for a larger line. And okay. Open this up. And see what's in here. This is a shim for cleaning in between the tines. I guess this is an ink dropper. The cap. We have some ink cartridges. And here is the pen itself. So you can see there's the two metal tines. And I believe, yeah, this is just an eyedropper pen. So you put it right in there. Your ink. Which one should we do? Maybe the Byakuya? I feel like that might be difficult to use in a regular pen because it can be so light. So we have that right here. So I'm gonna open this up, open this back up. use this dropper to go right into there. Okay. Okay, we've got some ink in there. Great. Then this is just going to pop on like so. And we'll turn it over. You can see that ink window. It's filling up the pen. Well, I guess that would be like the section in the feed. And let's just try writing until we get something. Oh, there we go. Cool. That's so fun. Whoops, we're a little bit out of frame. Okay, so this is the Parallel 3.0. I like how they have the number right there on the side. So then if you just do is that how they want you to do it? Yes, right on the edge. Wow, so that's a 3.0 and we have all the way up to a 6. That is a lot. Great ink flow. And yeah, this ink looks incredible in this nib. So crazy. This is so much fun. I really, really love this. Okay, and then it's a twist on cap, and that's it. That is the Parallel. Let's try the 4.5. I feel like that's going up a good amount and still being different enough to try. I think that these inks are their mixable inks where you can kind of touch the nibs to each other and then you can create ombre effects. So that is pretty cool. Okay, so here is the 4.5. And I'm thinking for this one, maybe we do the Kangyou. Why not? Where are you? Here it is. I feel like maybe I should try putting, I don't know, I was gonna say try putting the nib in one of these fun pens that I got, which, side note, is, I mean, this is perfect for these inks. This color, I mean, it's so cute. Oh, it screws on. That actually feels really nice. I think I got a fine and an extra fine. And these are also eyedropper fill. Fun. Okay, so here is our Kangyou. it's nice that they do eyedropper fill, because you know you're going to go through so much ink with, whoa, these nibs. Put this back on. Get the ink down there. And then while I'm waiting for that to drop down, I'll just stand it up like that. And okay, so now we have the Pilot Parallel 4.5 nib. That is a big nib. And then if you just do the edge, obviously it's the same as any other width. Actually, maybe like this. Very cool. Wow, I can't imagine doing the 6. That would be, I mean, definitely doable, but gigantic. It would take up so much room. So maybe these are probably very usable, the 1.5 and the 2.4. And I guess the 3.8. So should we try to put a nib in here? I feel like, I don't know. I forget if these are, I think this is a friction fit. And I can't remember why. I think that that Seemownay just looked at the size of the section to see, or the feed to see if it would fit. Well, yeah, the section looks like a perfect match. I do know that sometimes they had to be, the nibs had to be filed down a little bit. So I don't know if I'm going to get into that today. I feel like I just don't have the brain power. I would probably mess it up, if we're being completely honest. But yeah, I will share the swatches that I do of the Yurameku inks on other types of paper in case anyone is interested. Maybe I'll do a longer ink exploration at a later date when I get my Yoi color in. But I'm really happy with these. One thing I would note is that when I said that it looked like these ink colors were shimmering, it's really only this one, the Amamoyoi. Amamoyoi. It does look like it has shimmer in it. Let's see. There's definitely nothing in there. I mean, even if it was super fine, it would... Oh, you know what? Maybe I swatched something that had shimmer in it and it wasn't fully out of the dip pen. That's probably what it is. Because it's in this one, and then it's gone in the rest of them. So it probably worked its way out. Okay, we figured it out. Yeah, so that's it for me today. Thank you for joining me, and I will definitely hop back on here once I get my gold spot order. I'm excited to try out that Dominant Industry ink archiving coloring book and share some pages with you. And yeah, I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.